In this recording in our series of multi-depth drilling, we're going to take a look at how we can manipulate the multi-depth drilling to work exactly the way we want it. And I'm going to take an example of this part. I've already done the operations, and let's actually take a look at the holes themselves that I'm talking about. We'll take a section view, and you can see that we have these holes going from top to bottom, and the actual depth of the hole from the very top to the bottom is a total of 250 millimeters. Now, the diameter of the hole is a 3 millimeter radius. That means it's a 6 millimeter in diameter hole. Now, what I've done here is as follows. I've done the first two operations using a regular drilling operation. The first one being the spot drill. To put the spot drill on the top of those holes is over there. And then the next operation was the regular size drill, the regular 6 millimeter drill that is long enough to go as far as it can. And I used it to go to a depth of 35 millimeters, as you can see over here, using whatever technology I wanted to use. In this particular case, a pecking technology. Now, for my multi-depth drill, I wanted it to go from that minus 35 all the way down to the bottom. Now, we also should take into account that this is a long drill and a relatively narrow drill. So when I go into the hole and I start my spin rate, I don't want to necessarily start the spin rate outside, because this can possibly have the drill start swerving from side to side. So if I go into my multi-depth drill operation, you can see the following. I'm using the same geometry as I did with the other operations. The tool in this particular case is a very long tool with 300 millimeters of a cutting length. And the levels is 250 millimeters deep, all the way down to the 6 millimeter diameter at the bottom over there. Now let's see what I did in my technology. In my technology, I did the following. I first sent the hole to my 2 millimeters above the part itself with no spin rate. You should not start spinning. And then I sent it to -2 to go in just a touch. This was already drilled out, so I sent it in just a touch. Again, I did not start my spin rate yet. I want my spins actually to start when it's already in this area over here. Spinning on top may throw the drill to side. Then I continue on down to my -35. And there are some people that prefer, when they're going down this level in areas that was cut already, they prefer going in a counterclockwise motion until they get to the level that they want. Then we go down to the bottom, 250 millimeters, whatever feed rate they want, and the spin rate they want. And of course, they have complete control of their pecking and retract. When they get to the bottom at 250, then they go back up to -2. And when they get to -2, they go up 2 millimeter level with the spin rate off. This way it also leaves the part without any spin going onto it. Again, when it goes out this way, it will not throw the tool from side to side. Now, this is just a sample of how it can work. Obviously, you can program it any way you want. Let's take a quick look at the simulation, and you can see that the tool goes down, and you can see as far as the spin rate, it is completely off. There is no spin. Goes down to -2 millimeters with the tip, with the full diameter going to here, and feed rate at 300, but there's still no spin rate. Then the spin rate starts coming in as we start going down, and then it goes down with its pecking all the way down till it gets to the bottom. Speed it up a bit, and then when it comes out, it also stopped its spin rate. This concludes our recordings in our series of multi-depth drilling.